Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo with O at the end, Crypto with another O at the end. So, well, what a boring market. Really, even equities looks more exciting than crypto, or at least Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it's just Jesus. It's so controlled, and that's maybe the problem. 21 million limited supply could be an advantage, but if you are trading this market, it's not. Because just few actors can move the market as they want and how they need it. That's really a big pain. However, we were trading since few days now. This range, we are still there between 16.6 and I would say 17. So really tiny. And as you see, they are limiting the way at 16.5. So like as expected and mentioned yesterday, we will bounce a little bit there, retrace and go more down. And that's my expectation. I want to see 16K and then we will see, because they are right now pushing up some liquidity, for example at 15.8. So I think the scenario I have described since 2 weeks now, just to go down, retest 15.6, and this time to break the 15.6 to go even further to 15K. We will see if it's going to be a spring. I don't think that's going to be a spring. I think that's going to be the transition to the next level. Or even then we will go much lower. So at least not just $1,000. Directly to the next accumulation phase. If so, we will detect that in a very easy way, just tracking entities and checking what they are doing. But it looks like we need to see, of course, as usual, the market, even if it's extremely boring, only volume sometimes doing something, but the price action is just pain in the ass. So it's really inviting you to say, hey, do you know what? I'm going to make vacation. Good luck. However, let us talk about economic data and what happened today. I tweeted about that. So we know since yesterday, CB consumer confidence much higher than expected. 101 was forecasted, 108.3 is currently on the table. Means that consumers are doing great. Doesn't mean they are just spending money they have in the wallet, because it's not the case. They are using their credit cards, so their debt ratio related to credit cards are making new records, indicating that all these people are making debts, short-term debts, while we will see tomorrow if inflation is really declining much more. Something at the moment I doubt, because nothing happened. Maybe we will go 0.1, maybe even 0.2% down. Even they are forecasting that it will go up. That's the November core PCE price. So that's something we will see. At the same time, tomorrow we have the core durable goods orders. Also very important. Also here we need to see what tomorrow is going to happen and what they are going to launch. GDP, they forecasted 2.9% like previously, and we did 3.2%. That's great if we are not making any questions, because it's indicating the economy in the US is growing. Something I doubt a little bit, but okay. Let us take the data as it is. One thing nobody is talking about is the crude oil inventories. They launched the data yesterday. Another minus 5,900,000 barrels. That's huge. And Biden said that they are using their reserves, I guess, to neutralize the inflation driven by crude oil or energy in general. But you need to refill these inventories. And we all know at the moment they have an agreement with Venezuela, something that I tweeted about that for several weeks ago. A very risky trade, a very risky agreement, because if it's going to fail, I don't know what the US is going to do. Because even their whole military complex needs a lot of crude oil, a lot of it. So if they really want to maintain their, I would say, aggressive foreign policy, they need to be very well prepared. Otherwise, it's like poker, and you don't have the best hand. It's not going to work and not going to end well. But nobody is talking about crude oil inventories. It's the second time in a row that, well, not directly in a row. The last time you remember I have mentioned, wow, that was 11 million minus in crude oil inventory. So something is happening behind nobody is talking about, but I don't like it, to be honest. It doesn't have a direct impact to the economy. Well, maybe the inflation will decline a little bit. That's something we need to see. But the GDP, those 3.2%, it's a very clear signal to the Fed. Even you were very aggressive raising interest rates, the economy is doing absolutely well with it. So, I mean, they can reduce the pace to rise interest rates. They can do it if they think it's, it's necessary, required. I don't know why, but maybe just to prevent a bigger rat in the markets could be possible. But usually that's not the function of the Fed. But we will see. We will see what's going to happen there. Initial jobless claims today wasn't also really big. They were expecting even a higher number, 222,000. Instead, we did 260. So for me, tomorrow is going to be extremely important. If the core durable goods orders decline, it's also indicating less demand. Previously, we had 0.5%. They are forecasting 0.1%. If it's less than 0.1%, because even if they are expecting that the demand declines, but still positive, if it flips to negative, that could be the first signal of my scenario. And the core PCE price index could be also a nice indicator of inflation. And they are expecting 0.2% like previously, so indicating they are still expecting a rising inflation. If it goes even more up, for example 0.3, 0.4, or worst case 0.5, 0.6, that's going to be big pain, because the Fed will interpret that like, oh, we need to rise interest rates more because we are not controlling inflation yet. So that's tomorrow. I think I would be extremely careful right now, because everything depends on what will happen tomorrow. And everything is on the table. So if inflation, for example, I don't know, I don't have even a feeling. I just can guess, and my guess is inflation is not declining hard. It's not. I don't know why, people thought it's just energy, and I said it's not only energy. It's a supply chain crisis we still have due to the zero COVID policy in China and Russia and Ukraine. It's not just a military conflict or war. It's much more than that. And we need to understand that, to get that. So we will see what's going to happen tomorrow, 2:30 Central European time. And I guess it's maybe going to become very volatile because of that. Also, I think this wall here, I don't know if they are going to trigger this buy order, or in other case, it's just spoofing. We will see that. So we just need to wait some, I don't know, 20 hours from now, and we will see that. So that's my initial comment for today. Let us go forward and check what we can figure out and what the market is going to do. As you see, they are still limiting the way down, in my opinion. They will maintain there until tomorrow and then go even more lower. So let us see. So, well, if we check what's happening here, we can see the daily voice ratio 65. So 65%, very big, indicating whales are sending much more bitcoins to centralized exchanges. You can see we bounce once again here, and it's pushing up even more. At the moment, the 30 days moving average is at 46.68, so close to 47%. It's okay. I mean, it's, you know, if we check, I mean, the lowest was at 34, and last year we did 44, and that was the big preparation. So all this part here was the big preparation for the nuke afterwards. And of course, when the price starts to decline, they stop to send, and instead they buy, so to absorb from weak hands. And if you check where we are right now, it's very high. But at the same time, if we check what the market is doing, I mean, it's absolutely, you know, we are doing that here. And usually when I see that, I would say, that's bullish. But when I see that here, I say, it's not. It's very interesting what's happening. However, just as mentioned, I mean, the last time when we did that, we went up and we declined once again. But the price is not like a little bit as expected. It's you need a lot of volume to push the price down at 16K, because you know, it's a big difference. If you want to buy big at 60, you need much more money than at 60. But however, I mean, what I'm noticing is that the biggest sell pressure is coming from OTCs. And usually who is using OTCs? At the same time, I have tweeted yesterday about, you know, all banks related to digital assets. It's not looking good. They have big trouble at the moment because of the big outflows. And that's pure infrastructure, like Genesis, like, you know, Grayscale. And it's, in my opinion, unfortunately, it's just a matter of time. And I think they are really using their remaining capital to prevent the worst case. We will see if it's going to happen. But, you know, this year doesn't look bullish at all. So let us go forward. Also here, for example, if we start to look, 30 hours moving average. I mean, in general, the 30 hours moving average is pushing up. The trend is clear. But, you know, if we check the chart here, I would expect something like go down. And yeah, they are hiding. They are hiding. It's different, like in June, for example. So it's really interesting what they are doing. However, if we check here, for example, stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, it's still declining. Even we had here a bigger inflow in seeds that looks that doesn't look organic. So I think that's just exchanges like Binance. I mean, if we check what Binance is doing, I have checked that. Whale alerts. Let me check. We had today, in the midday, 250 million USDT transferred from Binance to unknown wallet. That was today. Wednesday, yesterday, 251 million from Binance to unknown. We had Monday, so Tuesday didn't happen, but Monday, 250 million Binance to USDT, to unknown. Sunday, 250 million Binance to unknown. Friday, Binance to unknown, 250 millions. Thursday, Binance to unknown, 250 millions. I mean, just start to add all of that, and it's big. It's big. They are cashing out big, and it seems retailers are buying. It's incredible. But yeah, it looks like. While, as mentioned, the whales ratio is lifting up more, indicating whales want to sell more. That's it from here. So here also big activity. Didn't see that since a while. 4,250 bitcoins here, 5,000 bitcoins here, 1,500 bitcoins here, another 2,100 bitcoins here, and right now, last hour, another 1,400 bitcoins here. The problem I see here is inflows and outflows. I mean, it correlates almost 1-to-1. It looks like a little bit like wash trading. They are sending and removing, so selling, buying at the same time. But the question is, for what? I just know that the context would be Binance. Binance is well known, at least it happened in the past. They use bots to create artificially volume with wash trading. So I don't know if Binance is trying to maintain a bullish sentiment by volume. I really don't know that. It's just a theory. Or, like they mentioned, because of the proof of reserve, they are going to send bitcoins, from A to B. Maybe that's the context. I really don't know, but it looks very fishy at the moment. I didn't see that. It correlates. Here we have 1 hour delay, but it's almost the same. 5,000 bitcoins inflows. 1 hour later, 5,270 bitcoins outflows. What? So usually it doesn't happen, but at the moment. While almost no stablecoin inflows, and just here 160 million outflows, but that's it. So usually we should see when they are selling to cash out with USDT, with BUSD, whatever, and we would see this outflows not happening. So everything looks like a little bit like wash trading. Possible, but if that's going to happen, that's a big red flag. A big, big red flag. So I hope not. Let us go forward. So, future market, funding rate. Since here, up only. Funding rate is lifting up, demanding more longs, more longs, more longs, more longs. That's what's happening. Of course, if we zoom out, it looks then just different. Open interest, rising, but not big. Leverage ratio, of course, recovering, quick, indicating less volume, bigger leverage. If we start to zoom out, that's how it looks like. I mean, I don't know, but that's they are expecting to see a big push up. To be honest, I'm shorting. I was hedging with a long. I closed my long with gain, and I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting 16.5 because we have a limitation there. I will close my short at 16.5 only if I see that's a spoofing, then not, of course, if that's a spoof order. But I will close and then wait what's going to happen tomorrow. But in my opinion, I mean, after the GDP today, after the J said 70%, 75 BPS next FOMC meeting, I would say after all the data they are receiving right now, I wouldn't see why not to use 75 BPS next time again. Of course, it will depend on the inflation data tomorrow, but you know. However, if we check that, we had today, the first time since a while, 3,400 Bitcoins inflows to derivative exchanges. Otherwise, very flat. Well, almost nobody cashing out. That happened after the funding rate lifted up. So, you know, it's, I don't know, if someone is very bullish and using their Bitcoins to push up, but, you know, before we will go down hard, usually we go up. So, I don't know. If we check here, very flat. 84 millions to stablecoins to derivative exchanges. A bigger outflow yesterday, 255 millions. No, that was 2 days ago. Since then, flat. Everything flat. And that correlates very well to the open interest. So if we zoom out, we can see here what I mentioned, that they are demanding a lot of longs, while the open interest is declining. Even the leverage ratio is declining, but at the moment pushing up. That's what we can see. No big liquidation happening. So yesterday, if we check yesterday, 150 Bitcoins in longs liquidated and only 37 in shorts. If we check Binance, well, it's almost the same. Funding rate up, leverage ratio up, open interest recovering slowly. So nothing changed here. If we check now blockchain whispers, let me refresh. Yeah, more longs coming. So also here confirming what we have mentioned. 65 to 35, extremely bearish in my opinion, because they are just expecting that's the local bottom. And yeah, even on Ethereum doesn't look very, very healthy in my opinion. 61 to 39. Bitfinex short reducing more. So not big at all, but reducing more. So let us check the Kingfisher, what's happening there. Wow, that's quick. On the Kingfisher, we just have very close to the current price, really, really close. So 16,700, so just $100 up. We would have 9,330,000 in shorts to liquidate. High leverage, extremely high leverage. So if we check that, that's what Binance is doing. If we check that, that's what longs are doing. We could go more to the upside, but the question is, why do we have more positions on short side while we have more volume on the long side? That's the big question. However, this should attract more exchanges than this part here. We have 50 millions in positions to liquidate. So I don't know. The Kingfisher at the moment doesn't give me any indication in what direction we should go next. Let us go and check the options. So let us see, Binance, Spot CBD, aggregated, Bitcoin collateral, futures with stablecoin collateral. Let us check what's happening here. We zoom out to check what market traders are doing. Extremely bearish, extremely bearish. They reduced since December 18th almost 9,000 bitcoins. Market trading, that's big. If we check the aggregated, let us say minus 3,000, minus 15,000. They sold more than they bought, 15,000 bitcoins. Well, and you can see almost here futures doing exactly what the price is doing. So exactly the same. So always spot supporting what futures are doing, otherwise it wouldn't work. But you see that futures correlates better to the chart. Let us go forward. Bitfinex. What is Bitfinex doing? Well, that looks like distribution by market traders as well. It matches very well to even to the aggregated spot CBD and even to Binance. Kraken is doing the opposite. Well, in a different way. They started to buy here instead, not big at all, but they have started to buy there. Bybit doing exactly the same like Binance. Yeah, exactly the same. Also these guys, for example, 600 bitcoins in minus. If we check now Coinbase, even Coinbase not doing anything yet. Doesn't look exactly like the aggregated, but you know, they started to sell here. Yeah, nothing big. The volume isn't big anyway. Bitstamp. Let us check what Bitstamp is doing. Bitstamp right now distributing, so indicating not big, almost 200 bitcoins. And Gimini, last but not least. And Gimini, I don't know what Gimini is doing, to be honest. That looks a little bit fishy. So they started to buy here, bought more here, bought more, and then sold. Doesn't make sense, but I guess extremely low volume. Yeah. Jesus. That was 1.5 bitcoins? Is Gimini dead? We had here almost 150 bitcoins. 67, 40, and then even less than 1 bitcoin. I mean, we are talking about 5 minutes time frame, just to make it clear. Let us check what these guys are doing. Retailers pushing up more, and that's what I see. These guys are buying. It's crazy, but I mean, it's okay. Why not? But it's the market. That's why I think the market is losing in volatility and dynamic, because the big guys are unloading and waiting that retailers buy. Retailers buying more. These guys lifting up more, so they have less than 100 bitcoins. These guys declining at the moment, so usually when we are a little bit more up, they start to sell. But we'll see. Market maker declining at the moment, so we had bigger entities reduce balances, shifted to market maker entities, so with 1,000 to 10,000 bitcoins, and that's why we see that. But they are reducing once again, and it correlates very well to the fund flows. Also centralized exchanges declining more, but nothing big. I mean, it makes sense why retailers are buying. If we check the fund flow, we will see We received from market maker entities 3,875 bitcoins here. That was yesterday afternoon. And in the evening, another 4,800 bitcoins. That's big. Didn't happen since a while. I can show you. So that is the biggest inflow by market makers since November 18th. Not huge, not at all. But I don't know if we are done here. So nothing to see here, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Minus not doing anything, reducing, but nothing big. Okay, let us go forward. So Coinbase, once again, not doing anything, even removed liquidity at 16K, still maintaining 15.5, the biggest wall at 15K, reduced liquidity at 14.8, and they are waiting then below 14.8 to absorb as much as they can. That's what we can see here. So nothing have changed since yesterday. Let us go forward there a bit. Derivate also waiting here at 16.4 at the moment, but also not big at all. Remove the big long position here. Added some liquidity at 15.5 too long. Reduced liquidity at 13.7, and that's it. So also here, nothing big. Also the short position here at 17.6 disappeared. Bitstamp at the moment, also here you can see they want to absorb some bitcoins above of 16K. Even here, for example, one position at 16.2, and at the moment also here maintaining the price. Why they want to sell at 17.5 and even at 18K? They remove liquidity at 15.4 and waiting at 15K. They are removing even liquidity here at 14.4. Instead, they added some at 14.6. And even the sandwich is still intact, and even bringing some new liquidity at 11.4, at 12.3. I don't know. Binance Spot. What is Binance doing? Well, Binance still indicating here they want to distribute more in higher levels. So 75 may be possible before we will go down. Yeah, possible. At the same time, we still have this limitation at 16.5. That's why I don't think we will go down otherwise, except that's a spoofing order. So it will disappear very soon. But I would expect we will bounce here, maybe go a little bit more up to sell, and afterwards go more down. They removed some liquidity at 16.1, but we still have at 16K this order here. They added at 15.8, removed at 15.5, and they started at 15.2 and below. We have the biggest volume. So indicating they would let the price go down first. Otherwise, 18.5 and 19.8, almost at 20K, big sell orders. So that's it. I'm still bearish. I'm still bearish because of the whole situation, but I don't know what to expect tomorrow. So I would be extremely careful. But if these guys want to sell and distribute in higher levels, maybe tomorrow inflation declines by 0.1% and the market will react in a way, very extreme way, exaggerated, like we had in the past, to push up 18.5, to kill a lot of late shorts. But you know, we have more longs than shorts on Binance, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But as you see, they are pushing more down. But it looks like when they are noticing, okay, someone is absorbing, they maintain and unload and unload. It looks so like distribution all the time. So that's why I'm still expecting we are in a redistribution phase of Wyckoff. Bitfinex. Well, what should I say? Bitfinex reduced liquidity to the downside a lot. have placed a big order at 19.6. We still have at 18k also here, and that's it. At the moment, it looks like here. Yeah, no, it's flashing. So it's, I don't know if that's a wall at 16.3. OKEX spot, nothing happening. Kraken spot, Kraken limiting the way up at 18, at 18.6, and they place new orders at 16 and below, also at 15.6, for example. Bybit, nothing. BitMEX, nothing. No. Binance futures, whoa. So we have almost the same volume between 17.5 and 15.6. So it looks almost neutral. We have almost the same volume in longs like in shorts. That's unusual. So they are also waiting to short at 19.5, and as you can see, almost nothing to the downside. So they would like to short at 19.5, but we don't see any big longs, only very close to the market price right now. Bitfinex derivatives waiting here at 15.6, and otherwise 15.8, and that's it. Kraken futures, nothing happening here. OKEX futures limiting the way up at 17k. Otherwise we have here, I'm not sure, I think that's, yeah, they shifted to the downside, but 15, almost 16k, but the wall removed since a while. So we just have on OKEX futures a limitation to the upside. If we check here, we triggered on OKEX swap this order at 16.4, and since then we just have here the limitation to the upside at 20k almost. So if they bought here to sell up, it's possible that we, because gamma wall 20k, I mean, the question is, I don't know what scenario we need to push up at 20k, but as mentioned, the market is in hands of few persons, so few actors who can really drive the market. So why not? It will be possible. I still think the market will go hard to the downside, but So that's it.